We're live.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. It is Wednesday, which means it's officially Boob Tube, but it's not Boob Tube without my beautiful co-hosts, Casey Carter and Desirable Bottom. Hello, ladies. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey. Hi.
Woo-hoo. Hello.
Happy hump day.
Yeah.
Hump, hump, hump.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey.
It's been a crazy week. When did my basement flood last week before we came on?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then that's nothing new.
Well,
it's been dealing with the aftermath of that.
What's the weather like up there? Because this morning when I left my house, it was 16 degrees. And a reminder, y'all, I live in Atlanta.
We have snow.
There you go. All up and down.
I have snow too, and it's cold. Like here, it's supposed to be minus 30 Celsius.
It's ridiculous.
It's nippleitis.
Yeah.
Let's see. We are at
this weather.
20 degrees.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. What do we have?
Where's your phone, Desiree? We need to see what your weather is.
Okay.
I don't have it on me.
I've got 29.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's
I'm sorry.
It's supposed to snow again Friday.
Hey,
so
Jason, where are you? Where are you at, and what's your temperature? And David Perry, howdy, hey,
welcome in.
Hey, David Perry.
And where are you at? And what's your weather?
Jason said he's in Ohio, and it's 7 degrees.
Ooh.
That's not
yeah. Cool. So in Baltimore, it hasn't snowed. Like it's like flurries, but nothing that's stuck for more than a few hours. So we've had snow for several days since the weekend, and it's like stuck. It ain't going nowhere. In fact, it's like they plow it and it just turns into ice on the roads.
Yeah, so I was gonna say with the frigid temperature, it's got to be insane. I should have taken a picture. So in front of the community where I live, they've got these walls that have water that flow over the name of the community, and they didn't get the water turned off. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They didn't get the water turned off in time, and so the sign literally had ice all over it. Yeah, see, our sign had ice all over it. David is in Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, so it's cold. It's cold.
So stay warm out there, y'all. Run in the water so your pipes don't burst.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Buy them little styrofoam covers to stick on your hose outside.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they do down here. There are these covers that you attach to the hose bib on the outside of your house.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And
gotcha.
There's a little plastic tab on the inside. You hook it around the knob, and then you pull from the outside to secure it, like suction to the house, and it keeps the cold air from hitting.
Okay.
Whitney says 23.
Whitney's in New York, so he's not too far from me. So yeah, it's fucking cold out there. So everybody stay warm. This is a great time. If you have a fireplace, light that bitch up. Hot cocoa.
Yeah, have something warm.
Make sure that you've cleaned your chimney.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
give it a good blow.
Know how to open the flue so that it actually does go up and out.
Open the hole. Open your holes. Open your holes. Make sure you have a lifelong pipe.
Make sure your hole is clean.
Wait. Make sure you lay the pipe.
We can't talk like that. We cannot talk like that.
Okay. Remember,
we're trying to
You gotta
We're
make
just
sure the
trying to.
chimney's clean.
Ho
Make sure the chimney's clean. So
All right,
ho ho.
oh my
Okay.
couldn't resist. Anyways, so let's talk about what we've been watching because we keep getting cut off, and there are shows that have just kind of fallen off the list because we only have but so much time. So we got to start with our favorite that's going on. Well, before we get started, what I do want to say is that if you guys are Law and Order SVU fans, tomorrow the new season starts.
Ooh.
So I'm super excited about that because I know
Nice.
Olivia's a hoe. Who she gonna get with this time? The DA, the handler, the undercover cop. Like, yeah, that's my girl. So, anyways, we got to talk about Raising Kanan.
Yeah.
Raising
Catch me
Kanan.
up.
We can't, Desiree. Spoiler alert. I guess we can now
Do
because
it. Do it.
yeah. Okay, so Unique dies. But
So
he doesn't just die. He gets brutally beaten to death with a pipe by, can you guess who kills him?
Tony Danza.
No.
No.
No. And wait, here's what's funny.
No.
I laughed because she says Tony Danza, and for those of you
Right?
who don't watch the show, like that's actually a legitimate answer. It's just funny because I don't know the guy's name either, and so Tony
You
Danza.
don't know him as the fish guy.
Yeah, I love that. I'm sorry, that gave me a giggle, but no, it wasn't Tony Danza.
Damn it.
Oh my. Okay, try again.
I'll give you a hint. If you're familiar with the story of Cain and Abel from the Bible, maybe that can.
The brothers? A brother? Oh, the guy with the glasses? His brother?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! It's about to go down.
Oh, it went
So
down.
it went down. It's done.
It went down. It went
Unique
down.
is no more.
It got rolled down a hill.
Yeah, he's a memory.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stefano Marchetti is Tony Danza's name.
Yeah, I like him better as Tony Danza or the fish guy. Yeah.
The fish guy.
Yeah.
All right, so we are seeing when you catch up, Desiree, eventually.
Yep.
You
I
will
will.
see
Next
that
week.
kind of like, do you remember the last episode of Power when you started seeing like all the people that Ghosted pissed off and how everybody was coming for him, and so you didn't really know who killed him until you saw the actual event, and we saw that Kari killed him, right? Boom, boom, boom. That's kind of what they're working up for now, because we know eventually Raquel gets killed. We know she's gonna get. We just don't know who or why.
Right.
And because she's pissed, and they're showing how Lulu ain't fucking with her. Kanan ain't fucking with her. Marvin is still trying to get her approval. That'll be a lifelong, but I feel like at some point that's gonna deteriorate as well. Juke ain't really messing with her. She went back to Tony Danza, fish guy,
So she can get back in the game.
To pick up where Unique left off.
But Tony let her know this time there's only one way out.
And that's the way Unique got out.
Uh-huh.
So
does she know that he's dead? Or did it just happen that way and it's like cliffhanger?
They suspect there's no body found, but it's pretty
Obvious.
Like Kari said, his brother beat him with a lead pipe. So they were in the tailor shop, and there's basically blood everywhere, and it's the police are like, he's dead. There's
somebody's dead.
Yeah.
There's too much blood, and it's a horrific crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that somebody walked out of this alive.
Right.
So they're speculating that because Unique is missing, one and one to put them together, and you've got the horrific crime scene. Unique is missing, and boom, Unique is
Yes.
probably dead. So,
Yeah.
but they have
Now,
not found the body.
and what's also interesting though is with Unique dead, his brother has, I guess, reclaimed his throne as the badass prior to going to prison for whatever exactly he went to prison. The way he was talking to Unique, it was kind of like, I left you set up, like, and now you are some punk letting Rock, play you. And I guess prior to him going to prison for whatever it was he did, that they were adversaries, and that's why Unique and Rock were adversaries, and Unique's relationship with Rock was part of what did him in. So yeah, it's and okay, so wait, before I forget, I wanted to talk about this. That party scene, that big party that got thrown, that the brother, I forget the brother's name, that he invites Ronnie, thank you, that he invites Kanan to. That was such an interesting moment. It kind of reminded me of, like, when you have a coming out, or when I was growing up, we had cotillions and botillions, and he gets
It was
invited.
way deeper than that.
He gets invited to this party with all the major players, and basically, this is, it was interesting because it was like Ronnie invited him knowing all the players were going to be there, and basically sets him up to make him a part of that whole scene. And it was interesting to watch Kanan be in awe of everything. It was interesting to see Juke identify everybody in the room and already understand what was going on, and to have them bring him all the way in. I mean, they're busy taking the big group photo, and they're like, hey, Kanan, come get in the photo. And like, that's a moment. This is forever memorialized that he was in the room with all the big dogs.
But what Kanan doesn't understand and realize, that it is all a strategy against Rock. Ronnie doesn't give a fuck about Kanan. He's not doing this because he gives a fuck about Kanan. He's doing it because what better way to get to Rock than to get through your son? This is all strategy.
True.
It is.
So maybe he's gonna be suspect number one. Maybe he'll kill her.
He, as in Kanan?
No,
Well, Ronnie.
the other guy.
No.
Yeah. No?
No, because he could have done it already.
Okay.
He could have done it.
It's too easy?
Not that it's too easy, but it's better. The effect is better if he, like Kari says, if he pulls Kanan into his world and gets him,
manipulates. Yeah. That's his puppetry.
Ultimately, he's going to work against Rock, because the kingpin that he hooked up with, they don't like Rock, and they basically told Kanan, we wouldn't fuck with you if we was fucking with her. We just fuck with her, but we don't like, basically, we don't like her, right? So and he's in the room because Ronnie said he should be in the room. But yeah, it's that. I thought that was a really significant scene in watching the evolution of Kanan.
They don't fuck with Rock because she's female, and they don't want to. They don't want to show respect because she's female. That was very evident in the way that whole situation played out, and just and if you notice the way that the guy treats his girl, the one that Ronnie went to, the one that he met with, the way that he treats his girl, even though she's like, the way that it appeared for appearance purposes was somewhat equal, but they're not equal. Like, it's just the dynamic. But we're also remembering this is the 80s. So this is a different time period. So anyways, like, definitely they don't fuck with Rock on that whole female perspective, which I feel like is going to be the antidote for Rock's demise, because she's going to be on this. Well, I was out the game, now I'm back in, and now I'm in the game. Like, I'm not going nowhere, so I have to prove. I feel like the Italians, I don't know. Let's put a wager on it. Or not a wager, but let's speculate who is going to kill Rock.
I still wouldn't put it past Kanan. I mean, I think it seems too obvious, but I still wouldn't put it past him.
I don't
He already.
I don't want it to be Kanan because then it'll be too much like power.
Mm-hmm. But would that not be ironic though? I mean, would
True.
it
Yeah.
not literally be ironic that we're seeing the next generation repeat the past generation's mistakes for all
Which
the
is
same
why
reasons?
Kanan was so drawn to Tyreek in the first place. So I guess it would
Exactly.
make sense.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
are we going?
I was
are we
gonna
going
say
with-
he already. Yeah, I was gonna say he already shot his dad, right?
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah, he did.
And we see from watching Power, he ain't got no problem shooting family. We already know.
true. True.
He don't have a problem shooting anybody.
Right.
Let
He
us
would
know
pull
in
up-
the comments.
Let us know in the comments who you think is going to take Rock out, because we know at some point, we don't know when, we don't know what season, but we know that at some
Coming.
point Rock gets taken out. And I hope they don't take her out anytime soon because I actually like her character.
I do too.
Like,
Agreed.
not so much
Agreed.
the mistakes that she's making as a parent, like, and
Mm.
how cocky she is sometimes. And I feel like, you know, she's definitely made a lot of mistakes, but I like the actress that plays her, and I like Rock.
Mhm.
Like, I love that strong female dynamic. So don't get rid of her no time soon. But, and I guess they got to keep building and building and building. But yeah, anyways, Raising Kanan, the next episode will be out Friday.
Not Sunday.
So, not Sunday. Don't listen to Casey. All right, Casey, what else you got on your list?
Okay. So here's what I've got on my
Kanan forever. We could talk about Kanan for hours.
I know, right? So on my list, believe it or not, Aquaman.
Was it good?
The new one.
Yes. So
Yeah.
here's what's crazy. I needed to go to Forever 21 to return something, and I asked my mom, "Hey, you want to go shopping?" So we had a whole mom-daughter shopping day down in Atlanta, had lunch and the whole nine. And on the way home, she's telling me how she's been wanting to see Aquaman, and my dad had surgery on his ankle, so he isn't really mobile, and he didn't really want to go. And on that particular day, there was a whole lot of football, so she definitely wasn't going to be able to talk him into it. So I was like, Aquaman, we were just talking about Aquaman.
Can we not look at Jason Momoa for 2 hours? I'm with it. Let's do this.
So Mom and I went to see Aquaman, and I'm gonna tell you what, I have not been to the movie theater. I don't even know when I was in a movie theater last, and it was so good. Oh my god, it was so good. Not that the movie was like so good, but seeing him on that big screen was so good.
I was just about to say,
so good. Oh my god, so good. And the movie wasn't bad. It wasn't. It was
a
not
10-foot
bad.
screen.
It wasn't bad, but you know, I mean, Kari, you and I have talked about this ever since that last Fast and Furious with Jason Momoa being all extra. He was extra in this. He was not not as extra as Fast and Furious, but definitely he was extra. And I'm sorry, I'm here for it. I really liked it.
I'm here for it too, but I don't like when they try to like alter the character to adjust to the actor's new wave of stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like Aquaman, I'll watch it and see how I like it afterwards.
Well,
but
here's why another to the point, specifically to the point you're referencing. I think I'm okay with it because I'm okay with Jason Momoa, right? Because like if I think about the Aquaman character from back in the day, it was just another person. That Aquaman character back when we were kids and I used to watch it on Saturday morning cartoons. it was just another person in a tight suit that talked to the fish, right? Like he
Right?
didn't really get love like Batman and Superman and you know, he didn't get that kind of love. He was just that dude that talked to the fish. He was insignificant because they were on land most of the time. So
He was just a merman.
yeah. So
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
in
Facts.
this to have this Jason Momoa's character have a little bit more depth to the character to even be a little quirky and a little strange, I think helps to make you more interested in Aquaman. So I'm okay
I
with
really enjoyed the story in this one. It was a little bit different how he went back, like I won't spoil it too much obviously, but he like had to go force with the brother.
yeah.
And then there was like the other enemy who was trying to like take them down and stuff. So it was very interesting. It was very action packed. So if you like action packed movies, I think it's worth the watch. These guys will like it.
Yeah, I mean, and so the other thing about going to the movie theater is the last few movies that I do remember seeing in the theater, it was nap time. I basically went to sleep in the theater. So I was awake for the whole movie, which was another indicator that the movie's not half bad. Not half
It
bad.
was
I mean,
Miss
how could you
Snooze
fall
Fest.
asleep on Jason Momoa though?
Let me count the ways. So, anywho, what you got, Desiree?
Something I do want to see that I didn't see was the new Wonka. I still didn't see that one, but I do want to see it.
Yeah.
Is it with Johnny Depp still or no?
No.
I think they changed the character, eh?
Yeah. No, not with Johnny Depp.
I think
It's
you're
some new boy. It's what's her face is Zendaya's
Zendaya?
boyfriend. It's with Zendaya's boyfriend. He was
Tom.
Yes, him, right?
Not Tom Ford. Why am I thinking?
No,
Ford?
the kid is the kid that played Spider-Man, right? Is that him?
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because I saw an interview with him, and they were talking about the colorful outfits, and I guess he went to his premiere in some very bless you, in some very Wonka.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Very Wonka colorful outfit. And he was saying how Zendaya made him, helped him to feel comfortable expressing himself like that. And I was like, okay, he's really
Tom
digging.
Holland.
That's it, Tom Holland. Yeah,
we had to look it up.
And the Marvels too. Has that been out very long? I don't know. I don't think so.
It is. If the movie itself has been out a minute, and I saw it on. It's available for purchase on Prime. I saw. Which I was ready to watch, and I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready to pay.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. I'll get a review over that of that one probably next week. We'll check it out.
Perfect. So go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I have another one. The Brother's Son.
I started that. Okay, go ahead. Let's talk.
It is so good. First of all, Charles is very handsome.
Is he the one that came from the older brother
from
that
Taipei?
Came? Yeah.
He's the older brother.
Yeah.
So the Brother's Son is about this Asian mobster family that the father and the son stay in Taipei. And the father is this head of a, what do they call them out there? Triad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he's the head, the head of one of the major triads, and the son is, one of his warriors, basically. Now the mother and the younger son live in LA. They leave Taipei to, avoid, she doesn't want the younger son to be affected by the triad mobster life or whatever. And so it starts out, he is trying to be an improv comedy actor type thing, and he's super green. Like, he doesn't even know that his family are mobsters. So it starts out like he's just this like DoorDash. It was an Uber driver,
Mm-hmm.
and the mom is a nurse, and the brother ends up having to something. Oh, the father gets shot and is in a coma, and so the brother, in their culture, they have to protect their family. That's what they keep telling him, is like, you have to protect your family. So Charles, which is the older brother, the warrior, flies to LA to go to protect the mom and the son. And it's, of course, as soon as he lands, he's got someone that's followed him and is trying to take him out. And so he's literally in his mother's house, who he hasn't seen in 15 years, and is hi, and takes him out, right? So mom comes home and she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy to see you. Okay, we got to get this up. We got to take care of this." So she's like, "Let me get the Sawzall." And then the son comes home. His name is Bruce. And Bruce is like,
What the?
what the fuck? You know what I mean? None the wiser, has no clue. And he's like, mom went from being just mom to we gotta cut this up and dispose of the body. And Bruce is like in shock, completely in shock. So needless to say, so the
That's
entire
insane.
I don't want to give away too much, but you definitely learn, Charles is trying to get acclimated to life outside of Taipei. Bruce is trying to, doesn't know what he wants to do, because he finds out that he's like the son of a major triad leader, and all these things are happening, and it's like it's crazy, and you don't know who to trust, and everyone's after them, and there's lots of action and martial arts. And for me, it's like Charles, the instant warrior, struggling to be like a regular person, and then Bruce, who's the regular person, struggling with, now all of a sudden he wants to be a gangster. So I thought it was really, really good.
I started watching it. I didn't get a chance to finish it, but one of the scenes that I remember, and I think the brothers were together in this particular scene. I can't recall exactly, but it's like they were at some location, and they were fighting all these people, and I guess this female was running this crew, and they make a comment about who Charles is. And they're like,
Oh,
no, 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 that can't be. And then when they confirm his identity, it's like all of a sudden everybody's like, oh shoot, yeah, like
chair
they're
leg. They
mad,
call him chair leg.
mad respect for him. Like dude walked on water. Like they all of a sudden, couldn't say, like couldn't be more humble in his presence. And the brother is kind of like, who is this dude? Like what the yeah, it's weird because I really dug the story, mainly because even though it's Asian centric, Asian family, Asian culture, all of that, it's one of those stories that you're like, I've seen this story play out in, with an African American family, with an Italian family, with an Irish family. Like you see that same story play out in various ways. So it's really kind of cool to get the slight cultural difference with that
Not
same
slight.
story. Okay, so the major culture.
Extremely
Yes,
culturally different.
but it's really 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 interesting to watch, because the other, as Kari mentioned earlier, the father and the older son stayed in Taipei while the mother and the younger son left. And so it's like the father and the son literally live an entire different existence from the mom and the son. Like she said, the brother and the father, they're like, mobster, high, top of the food chain, and mom and younger brother are regular, everyday people, except for the fact that mom is just as much a badass as the son, the brother.
Oh, mom is
The,
even better. Mom
the
has a secret. And there's a reason why they left Taipei is because mom is a lot more special than just the wife of a triad leader. But
Right.
I don't want to spoil it. You're gonna
Right.
have to watch it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Also,
So
what's interesting about this storyline as well, and like the Asian culture, and like one of the things that comes up frequently in this series is the same thing that we're experiencing with Rock and Kanan, and that's the mother. There's a part where if the husband passes away, she offers to take over the triad
the
and
family.
become the leader.
Okay.
But that's
And
Wow.
the culture's like, oh hell no,
yeah.
we'll let that shit burn to the ground before we let
Yeah.
that happen. And so
And
it's interesting watching her fight for, like, not
position.
only because she's badass on her own
Mm-hmm.
without husband. So yeah, it's an interest. I don't want to give away too much. Like, it's really hard not to
Yeah, I
share
gotta
it all,
finish it. I'm gonna finish it this weekend.
but
But
it's
I was
really good.
definitely,
I liked it.
yeah, I was definitely drawn in from the first episode. So I watched Lift with Kevin Hart. So
I was waiting to see, like,
so here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say.
overrated.
So I
Uh-oh.
and I'm gonna choose my words carefully, right? I'm gonna choose my words carefully because I don't want to shit on dude's success. Don't want
Right.
to take anything away from what he's accomplished as a comedian and all of that. Like, mad props. And
Especially since he's not the only person in the movie. Like, they can't expect him to
to
carry the
be
movie.
no,
It's a multiple,
True.
like, you've got
yes.
directors, you've got writers,
Collaboration.
you've got other
Mhm.
actors. Like, we're
So
all in this together.
so again, I just want to say he is where he's at because of all the people that came before him and paved the way and created the platform that allows him to stand on top as the big man in comedy in the moment. Okay, now that I've given him his flowers, so I liked the story. It is a very Ocean's 11 story. Okay, I need to separate the story from the Kevin Hart. So I like the story. I like the whole um long game con, the whole heist. Everybody's got a specialized talent and they got to all work together. And these, they steal big things and all of that. Like, I loved it. I loved that part. Kevin Hart is not George Clooney. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm. I just could not buy Kevin Hart as the mastermind of some international heist crew. No.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I've noticed with comedians that pursue acting. I feel like at some point they're just not funny anymore. And that's how I feel about Kevin Hart. I've been watching a few of the things, and like, his comedy is funny in certain scenarios, but at some point it's like, it's like that Kevin and Peele thing. Like, Kevin and Peele used to be funny, but now I'm just like, all right, that's not funny anymore. And I feel like there's very few comedians that keep their comedic value, or their comedy is long term, like Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was funny from the minute he stepped on scene to the moment he passed away. Like Bernie Mac was just funny.
But to your point, though, if Bernie Mac hadn't passed and he was here today, would he still be funny? Because
I think so.
Kevin Hart has been around a very long time.
True.
Very long time.
I think.
But do you think
Kevin?
Okay,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, do you think maybe he would steal his thunder? Like he could have been that person.
I think,
like Kevin Hart could have stole.
No, I don't know.
Bernie Mac's.
He wouldn't have stolen Bernie Mac's thunder because Bernie Mac likes certain.
He's a legend.
He was in a category by himself, so I don't think he would have stole his thunder. So something that I had heard about the African American comedians is like there's, and I hate to say this out loud, I'm gonna say it anyway. There's like room for one person on the top at a time, and and the rumor is that they kind of like Kevin got hoisted up to be at that top position or whatever. I don't know. I don't really know.
I'm gonna say what I think.
This is just the thing that circulates. But and I'm gonna finish the thought and then I'll let you say that, because I talked about the Dave Chappelle comedy, his special, and to me, Dave Chappelle is still funny because his comedy is brilliant,
authentic. Yeah, it's like raw.
It's brilliant. It's not. It's and again, I am not trying to shit on Kevin Hart and his success,
right?
But Dave Chappelle is going to be like a Red Fox, like a Richard Pryor, funny as the beginning as to the end in this long career, having been consistent in the comedy and all of that. Like, you know, as Kari was alluding to, there was a really funny Kevin Hart moment in time, and then as Kevin started doing more acting, some of that sort of fizzled. I probably, in terms of the TV stuff or the movie stuff or whatever, probably my favorite thing that he had done was House Husbands of Hollywood, only because it allowed him to be Kevin, to be as transparent about how he feels about his success and all that it has brought for him, and be funny about it at the same time. Because like I genuinely do feel like dude is on some, like he's out there with, but
I think his head is bigger than his body can handle. I feel like the fame and the money and all of the things that come with Hollywood has poisoned his overall. It's like he just gets paid to show up now. And so the effort is not there. When he was hungry, he was funny. Mm-hmm. But now that he's eating well, it's like, I'm Kevin Hart. You're going to pay me just to exist. You're going to pay me to show up. You're going to, That's
kind of how I feel about him now. And I hate that. I'm going to be honest. I hate that for him. That's the vibe he gives. That the whole I'm Kevin Hart, and because I showed up, is this everything I say and do is going to be funny. I'm going to go home with, you know, a 8-figure check, and it's going to all be good. And I'm, you know, I don't know.
Well, I do want to talk about it and touch on it just a little bit. And the reason why I feel like Dave Chappelle is still funny is because Dave Chappelle, albeit the jokes change, his humor stays the same. Mm-hmm. Like he doesn't change the recipe, so the chicken's still good.
Right, and you know what I mean? that's exactly what I was saying in terms of comparing him to like Red Fox and Richard Pryor. Their comedy was consistent from the beginning to the end. You knew what kind of jokes you were gonna get, and you knew they were gonna be hella funny.
I also love that Dave Chappelle just doesn't give a fuck. Like he's just just makes his jokes and is like he's like Cat Williams. Like they just tell the joke and whatever repercussions come
It is
back,
what it is.
it is what it is. In
Yeah.
fact, speaking of Cat Williams,
I
like
watched a bunch of his stuff this weekend too.
all of his, like that one interview that he did with Shannon Sharp has gone mega viral. And even though there's some of the things that he said that's like, you know, but the majority, I feel like it's the consistency. The problem with Kevin is Kevin wants to be this multi-billionaire conglomerate where Cat Williams is like, I'm cool getting my comedy check and I'm still making, like I'm still making my money, and taking care of my bitches. You know what I mean? And Dave Chappelle's the same way. Like he's humble. Like he's got it, but he's not flaunting it. And I think that's the difference between, Kevin Hart. Because I also like Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But Chris Rock is also a little bit more humble. I feel like Chris Rock is also humble. And so I just feel like Kevin, it has a rocket in his ass. And eventually, the air will be released from his balloon and he'll and it's like even even with Kevin, like Kevin stays in the tabloids, like he's constantly cheating and he's just always, it just seems like he gets thrills off of that shit. So anyways,
the fame is
it's a revolving door.
Faming. It's faming.
Yeah.
It's doing what it do.
Defaming.
It's defaming. Okay, the fame is defaming.
The fame is defaming. Get it together, Kevin. Get it together. Together.
I hate that for him, but is what it is.
We always want to see the underdog win, but sometimes, I don't know if you guys know who Jelly Roll is, but Jelly Roll is this this guy that's now a popular country music star. And his story is really interesting because he's married to, so he used to be a in and out of jail drug addict, and he married a woman named Bunny who goes by Bunny XO on social media, and she used to be a high-end escort in Las Vegas. And they are now, they have money, and she's got this podcast called the Dumb Blonde podcast, I think is what it's called, Dumb Blonde. And their dynamic is like he's a super heavy set, got some tattoos, looks grungy, and not the, like, I don't think he's unattractive. And then she's this like super hot, she's this super hot lady. Go. Yeah, you would never think that they would be together in a million years. Like they just don't look, and they love each other so much. But they're humble. Like, and it's not just giving to charity, it's not just helping people out. Like they're just really humble. And I love following them because the things that they do. And in fact, Jelly Rolls just came to DC because he's trying to propose this bill to Congress about fentanyl. But anyways, I'm just saying that I feel like Kevin has lost his way, and I want to see him come back to reality. Apparently he was the first one to make it to space because he's still floating in that bitch. And I feel like he could be funny again. He just is. Yeah, he's gotten to that celebrity status where it's like, oh, my shit's worth millions of dollars. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
and
anyway, enough about Kevin.
I was going to say, just one last thought about that is, it is entirely possible that the Eddie Murphys and the Dave Chappelle's and the Chris Rocks of the world had those same kinds of I've made it moments, but they're not as public and as continuous as what you see with Kevin Hart. I mean, because when you think about Dave Chappelle disappeared on us because it came so fast and so nonstop that he had to, he walked away from money because it was too much too fast. So yeah,
I also don't know what it's like to be an African American comedian in Hollywood. In all fairness, I'm sure if we all, came into a ridiculous amount of millions and millions of dollars, who knows what we would be like. So I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'll never know because you never know, but
No.
I don't know
Well,
what that's like. So
you might never know what it's like to be an African American comedian with a million.
I'll never know that. Correct. I can't ever claim to know that.
But the
no.
money part—that's
True.
always a possibility.
Even if I had millions of dollars, I could not claim to be able to achieve that.
Facts.
yeah,
Maybe the comedian, I can maybe buy some funniness, but the African American part, I'll never know. So me and my white privilege will shut the fuck up and we'll keep it pushing. We want you back, Kevin. I remember when Kevin used to be fucking hilarious.
Yes.
I like
Yeah.
Kevin. I just don't like Kevin now. Like
Right.
whatever he's going through, his identity crisis. Maybe it's midlife. Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe
But anyways.
it's short life. I don't know.
We'll send Aquaman to go get him.
Yeah, I think we need to.
Let's.
What else you got for us, Desiree? You got anything else? If not, I have another movie.
Just Sister Wives. I like that show because it's like it's like on TLC. It's like polyamorous a little bit. So they were having a lot of there was a lot of drama going on. The one wife wanted to leave, and she was like they weren't unhappy, like not happy times, right? So the one wanted to part ways, and they're trying to like they bought a land in I don't know what state, to be honest, I forget, because they were in another state, but they were in another state and it was illegal.
Were in a cul-de-sac and they all lived next door to each other.
Yeah. Well, it was like illegal though. They were like gonna get like people could report them and stuff, so they moved to another place. Yeah. And then apparently they bought some land, but then that stirred the pot because some of the wives didn't want to put money towards the land and da 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 da. So now the one wife wants to leave. She's like wants a divorce. Like they did a tell-all a little bit and this and that. And then the 90 Day Fiance too. I guess it's like new couples, so I'm excited to report on that too. so
okay.
Hopefully next week.
Yeah, you can't be reporting on what you want to watch. You got to come back with what you did watch.
No, let me tell you why I like what I want to watch, because sometimes it triggers. Oh yeah, I was thinking about watching that too, or it may for some of our viewers make them go, "Ooh, she's gonna talk about that next week. I'm gonna watch."
What if we go
watch?
I have a question.
I have a question for you, Casey. Did you ever watch, I think it was called Southern Hospitality? It's like a housewives show. It's kind of like that.
I think
but in the southern
I may
states,
have seen an episode or two because it does sound very familiar.
Wasn't it called Southern Debutantes?
No. I think
it was called Southern Hospitality. I thought they had something that was like debutantes, and it was like.
Listen, there's plenty. I'm
probably
sure.
Yeah,
a lot of drama, right? Yeah. Right. We love the
pageants,
reality,
dance moms, momagers. So,
go ahead.
Mark Wahlberg has a new movie out called The Family Plan.
Oh, okay, right. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay,
it was
me
cute.
neither.
It was cute.
It was cute. I mean, it wasn't awful.
Okay. See, that's me talking about Lyft.
I feel like, again, it's not that. Okay, so the difference with this though is that it's not that I don't feel like Mark Wahlberg wasn't his normal Mark self. Like that wasn't the case. I feel like we've seen this scenario so many times that it's just gotten old. And it's that whole we're a normal family today. And then all of a sudden we find out the dad is this like undercover assassin, and it's like, how many times are we going to see this? In fact, there's another movie out called Role Play with the girl from Big Bang Theory, the blonde. I can't remember her name. Okay. So she's in Role Play, which I also saw. That was better. It was better because I don't know. I don't know. I liked her. Hers better. She's married to a British African American guy, and Yeah, so it was kind of the same but different. So whoever did role play did a better job in my opinion. But I like watching Mark Wahlberg, even though I hear he might be a douche.
Oh well.
Maybe him and Kevin are more alike than I thought.
Looking.
Douche. Yeah. Anyways.
Just looking.
I don't know him personally. I've just been in love with his brother since like 12.
Donnie?
Hell yes.
So Donnie and I were in school together. I think Donnie was there one whole semester before the band blew up.
Wow.
One whole semester.
Whoa, hanging tough. Okay, they're coming here in August. You know, I went there a couple years ago. I went to Boston and saw them at, what's the name of the field? Fenway. Yeah, so I'm at Fenway. It was really, really, really awesome. One of my fans put us up in a suite at the Intercontinental, which the new kids on the block were staying at. So I was on the same floor with Joey. I didn't see Joey, but I met Donnie's bodyguard because we ended up in the elevator together. And I was like, this is a really hard situation to be in because I'm at the hotel. I mean, even if my partner wasn't there, I was still like in my brain, like, should I be having this conversation and entertaining this because he is the bodyguard of Donnie Wahlberg? And my spidey senses was like, no, that is disrespectful. It was nice to meet you. Like, I'm not going through all that to meet Donnie. So I was, very polite, and then, went back to the room like nothing. But internally, the little teenager in me was like, Kari, what? You messed up your opportunity to meet Donnie Wahlberg. And I was just like, we're grown now. Like, we have to do mature things, and we have an amazing partnership. So why would I fuck that up for 5 seconds to meet Donnie Wahlberg? And he's happily married too. So like, what the hell? So yeah, I did the right thing, but I don't know that that would have gone that far. I'm sure that if I'd have been like, yeah, let's hook up later, maybe. But I was like, in the moment, I was just like, you cannot entertain anything further. So Donnie Wahlberg's security guard, hi, it was nice to meet in the elevator, but I was looking pretty hot too. Yeah, we went to the concert. We had a really good time. It was dope because it was the last one of their tour, but they're coming back to Baltimore in August. So, I'm going to go again. So, yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, we have some Nelson Cobain is on X saying, hey there, ladies.
Hey, what's up, Nelson Cobain? Smells like Teen Spirit.
Yeah. And then Whitney said they're watching Chicago Fire all new episodes. So that's awesome on YouTube. So
yeah,
I want to start watching. I only saw a couple of episodes, but the one with Angela Bassett, I think it's Dispatch 911 or something.
It's 911.
It's just 911.
Yeah, it's been on for a minute. Because it was on Fox originally. I think it's on ABC now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's been on long enough that I used to watch it when I watched regular TV. Yeah. It's
wow. I mean, I saw a couple of episodes. Like one of the episodes I saw where something happened and she doesn't, like, I guess the one of her fellow officers, male officers, something happened with the daughter, and the dad is like super upset and yelling at her about, you need to do something. This is your squad. These are your people. You're not doing anything. You're not standing up for your daughter. And she's like arguing like, I am a African-American woman in a position of power, and I can't just piss everybody off. Like, what's going to happen, and it was like an interesting episode to watch because I was like, damn, That's fucked up. Like, you have to choose between your daughter and your fucking position, which pays the bills. And like, yeah, I was like, I needed to watch more so I could get the full story and the full, like, the family dynamic. But it was a good episode. So I was like, let me go back and watch this. And I just haven't. So
Yeah, it's a good show. It is definitely a good show.
I am looking forward to Law and Order tomorrow. And I'm looking forward to Raising Kanan on Friday. So I've got a busy weekend of things to watch. Other than that, are there any movies coming out or any other?
Guess we should
Aquaman. I'm going to go see
What is
Aquaman.
it?
I need to see Jason Momoa on a 10-foot screen.
Go see him. See him.
Oh, guess who just got married?
Who that?
Channing Tatum and Zoe Kravitz.
What?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. Channing Tatum. What day did they get married? Hold on.
And I didn't even know that was a thing.
This is old.
Channing Tatum's full relationship timeline. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I didn't know they were either. He was married to Jenna Dewan, which was his co-star in Step It Up. And then I knew he was dating someone, but they didn't say who it was.
Got engaged in 23. Huh.
Hold on, new wife. And I know that Jenna got married shortly after. Zoe reportedly tying the knot, the 21 Jump Street actor. Oh, it's not saying what date they actually got married. But yeah, I saw that and was like, I mean,
she's
Zoe.
Before.
Huh?
She's been married before.
Yeah, he was married to the
no,
Jenna Dewan.
Not him. Her.
Oh yeah, she was married to.
She was married to someone named Carl Glusman.
Oh, okay.
And Shari, is it Shari Michelle? They're on X as well. They said hi.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome in.
Thank you.
So did you get the new pink boxes?
Yes, pink boxes.
But before we do that,
wait.
Go ahead.
Wait.
Go ahead. Did you guys see the new Beetlejuice is coming out this month? Beetlejuice. Wait a minute.
In the theaters?
Yeah.
Streaming.
Yeah, in the theaters. Beetlejuice 2.
Okay.
And then there's a new Lord of the Rings coming out too. I didn't know that. And then it said the one that you said, The Lift with Kevin Hart. I just seen that one too. Like that, the little thing pop up.
All right. Before we do pink boxes,
we gotta do. Join us April 12th to the 14th in Chicago, Illinois, June 28th to the 30th in Miami, Florida, October 25th to the 27th in Edison, New Jersey, and December 6th to the 8th in Washington, D.C. for the best and the only adult convention that is the best in the world, EXXXOTICA.tv. That's EXXXOTICA expo.com. See y'all there.
And
get your tickets.
And
smoke weed every day.
September 13th to the 15th, 2024 will be the third 420 Expo. It just keeps getting bigger and better. More celebrities, more vendors, more everything. So you need to come check out the 420 Expo September 13th to the 15th, 2024. Go to 420expo.com and follow them on social media at the 420 Expos.
And finally, them
pink box time.
It's time for the pink boxes. You can just follow me on Twitter, PlatinumPUZZY and the number 1, or you can just go to queenofbbw.com where all of my links are there. And it's senseless for me to tell you where to go on Instagram because it'll probably be different next month. But anyways, I have a short lifespan on Instagram.
That is funny. Yeah, those are.
You guys can check us out. And me too. Yep. Everywhere. Right, Desirable Bottom everywhere.
And Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel, Exotica, EXXXOTICA. Subscribe, like our posts, watch our videos, and comment down below. We're going to do a little scour on some comments, and maybe next week we'll pull some of your comments up and talk about them live on the air. You can also watch us on X, which is also Exotica, EXXXOTICA, or if you're watching us on anywhere else, or if you're watching a replay, leave those comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yes, we want to see
And
you
what
in
are
our
you guys?
feed. Oh.
Yeah, what are you guys looking forward to most? Let us know. Drop it down low.
Want to hear about it.
Ooh,
you know what else I
drop
want to
it
hear
down
about?
low.
I
What's
want
that?
to hear, who are you predicting in the Super Bowl? And speaking of Super Bowl,
that's coming up.
I want you to strap in for that Usher halftime, baby. Strap in for the Usher halftime. I'm just saying.
Usher baby.
Usher baby. Usher baby. Okay.
Can we get that on the big screen?
It's been a minute.
I'll be tuning in for the Super Bowl. Let's see what your predictions are for the Super Bowl. Let's see what you're watching on TV and any streaming site, what movies you recommend, or what you're looking forward to coming up in the very near future. But always keep it locked and loaded on EXXXOTICA.tv every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for me, Kari Anthony Platinum Pussy.
Desirable Bottom.
And Kate Carter.
Back to you, Casey. See you guys next week, same time, same bat channel.
Bye.